Have you ever seen something from the corner of your eye that wasn't there when you looked?
No.
How about hearing from a friend of a friend that while they were hiking somewhere, I saw you lean into the mic? There was always a simple explanation that left you unsatisfied.
I'm doing nothing.
And we'll start over. Just, have you ever seen something from the corner of your eye that wasn't there when you looked? How about hearing from a friend of a friend that while they were hiking somewhere, they thought they saw Metal Gear. But when they called the colonel, he just said, la-la-lu-la-lu. We're senior wardens for the Creature Conservation Initiative. We protect the world from the creatures of superstition and myth, but more importantly, protect those same creatures from the world. I did it. Hello everyone, welcome to the new-ish year, new episode, new podcasts.
New podcast.
Of course. New year, new me, new podcast, new organization, new creatures, new weird shenanigans. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, Jack?
I'm good. I was just waiting for the nudity.
Well, funnily enough, there's gonna be some nudity in this episode, but...
Audience, be happy. There is no visuals yet.
Yet. Although... maybe someone would finally call me.
Oh, what have you been doing?
I'm trying to build this into my dating platform, but other than that, you can hear it. We're in the mood today. Yeah, I don't know what I've been doing. I've been kind of looking back and hastily trying to scratch together things I've done in the past because I forgot to prepare for this episode, but...
All right. Oh, you know, we're busy people.
Exactly. You know, there's always new stuff, new creatures running around, waking up at the beginning of the year, startled by the fireworks and running amok and... well, not running amok, that's probably a bad term, but you know what I mean.
They're going on a rampage.
Yes, on a murderous, bloody rampage, destroying civilizations left, right, and center. Blood for the blood god.
Skulls for the skullfriend.
Anyway, what I was planning to talk about today was the Encantado. I don't know if you've heard of it. I know you've been to South America before.
I've not really come across that creature. No, it's not one of the ones on my radar, shall we say?
I mean, you've probably maybe seen their normal or their animal counterpart, maybe. They live mostly in the Amazon River. What swims in the Amazon River? Jeff Bezos and also pink dolphins.
What?
Yes. You know, we typically think of dolphins as like cute little friendly animals, but there's a variant of river dolphins that live in the Amazon River that are pink, and they're kind of weirdly shaped and wrinkly and quite honestly a bit ugly, if I can say this about an animal. You might have seen these before, and I'm not technically talking about those, but there is another creature that looks very, very similar. That is the Encantado.
Okay.
That is basically one of these pink dolphins, these pink river dolphins, that can, similarly to like we talked about with the Selkies, they turn into beautiful, attractive, charming humans and do all kinds of things on land. And
okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of dolphins just in general. That it's just something I like. But I didn't really realize there were pink dolphins, very much, let alone dolphins that essentially were shapeshifters.
Yes, unfortunately they are. And they also have some kind of magical quote-unquote abilities. They have...
Okay.
They can control storms. They can kind of hypnotize humans, you know, into doing what they want them to do. There's other things they are said to be able to do, which we've not been able to verify, like transforming humans into Encantados, which we haven't ever seen happening. It's probably just a result of people seeing hybrid creatures and whatnot.
Wait. Did you just say hybrid creatures?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. I'm going to say officially I'm a little bit creeped out, but let's move on.
Rightfully so, yes. This is gonna be an icky one in parts, so yeah, that is totally warranted.
Okay.
They are also said to be able to inflict all kinds of illnesses and even insanity, or even kill you with their mind powers, basically, which we haven't really seen happening, but, you know, there's all kinds of beliefs about this creature and about the dolphins, because there's a certain kind of cross-contamination there going on.
Okay.
And you have a lot of superstitions about the dolphins that do just swim about the river and live their best lives. Like, people believe that just making eye contact with one might give you lifelong nightmares, stuff like that. And as we keep talking about this, you might see why this might be.
Okay. I was thinking this might be a fun little one, but it sounds creepy as anything.
I mean, they are sometimes friendly, basically until the point that they don't get what they want, which is when they turn less friendly.
Yeah, because that's the hallmark of friendliness.
Yes. Superficially friendly, let's call it that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, there's some conflicting reports. They are sometimes believed to be friends of fishermen, you know, guiding their boats through storms and stuff like that. But then again, they control storms, so
yeah,
helping boats through the storm doesn't sound as great when you could just, you know, control the storm, but whatever.
All right, yeah.
I already mentioned that they turn into humans, and they can't completely do this at will. They can only do it at night. So basically, once it gets dark, they turn into their human form, which is typically very attractive.
Yeah.
And they wear fancy white clothing, typically. And most importantly, they wear hats. Do you know why they wear hats? They always wear a hat for a specific reason.
I'm trying to think. Do dolphins have blowholes?
Can't believe you got it on your first try, but that's exactly it. They keep their blowholes. That is the one part that they can't transform for some reason. And they always wear hats to disguise themselves as humans, so nobody sees their blowhole. Which sounds a little bit dirty, but I promise it isn't.
I was going to say, I wear clothes so nobody sees my blowhole. All right. Yeah, swiftly moving on.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those episodes. So, the Encantado, which is a word for enchanted one.
Okay, yeah.
As far as
makes sense.
I understand. They are said, or they say themselves, because they are intelligent, to come from a place called the Encante, which is apparently some kind of magical-ish utopia without struggle, without pain or death, and all that kind of shenanigans. And
then why are these guys a-holes?
That's a good question. Maybe because of that. Or maybe it's because they are a-holes that they are then attracted to the pleasures and hardships of humanity. You know, we haven't ever been able to confirm any of this. We don't believe there's such a place.
So these creatures are intelligent enough that we can have good conversations with them. They've told us they come from Encantado.
Encante. The creatures are called Encantado and the place is the Encante.
So they've told us about this, but we haven't been able to confirm it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As I said in the beginning, they can be compared to the Selkies a bit. They have their animal form. They turn into humans. And the difference is that while they are intelligent, they don't seem to be settlers of any kind. They're more nomadic. They move up and down the river and into other rivers in the area. And
yeah, they roam.
Yeah, they claim to have this utopia, but for what we know, there's no evidence of that.
Okay.
Yeah, when they turn into humans, they are typically, as I said, they are very, very attractive. Usually, they are charming. They are, for some reason, they love parties. They really love parties and festivals and that kind of stuff.
Well, they've got the right hole to blow off some steam.
Yeah, there's a lot of blowing going on.
That's such an awful joke. So tortured.
Yeah, they love parties, and people love them at parties usually because, as I said, they are charming, and when they leave, you often find people trying to stop them to leave or following them, which is when things might start to happen. Specifically, there's the Festa Junina, which is apparently just June festival or June festivals. It's just a time of the year celebration because of the rain season and whatever the hell. It's not really relevant to this, but yeah, that's their most favorite time of the year, and it's also the most dangerous time to meet them. I don't know if it's something in their biology, if it's kind of some kind of seasonal thing they go through, but yeah, that is really the time when you do have to look out for them. And what they do is they tend to charm people into having sex and creating offspring, to put it kid-friendly.
The hybrids, yeah.
Yes, the hybrids, which, you know, it does happen, but it also has been used a lot of the time in the past to be a cover story for less pleasant events, you know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it wasn't me.
Children without fathers, or children that don't look like they should because of ancestral relationships, stuff like that. It always got blamed on the Encantado.
Okay, yeah, it's a good excuse. In terms of the myth, it's a good excuse, isn't it, really?
Exactly, yeah. This whole thing is sometimes consensual, but really, when they are not successful, they don't really care for people saying no.
Okay.
To put it mildly, and yeah, they kidnap people and or hypnotize them into doing things.
Okay, yeah, I can see where it's going.
Allegedly, when they kidnap them, they take them to the Encantado, but nobody has ever returned from there. So we're working with the assumption that people just die.
Okay, so in this case, we are actually just working, as you say, on the assumption that they're dead. It's not that they are living in there. The reputation these creatures have give us a bit more of they're probably gone.
Probably, yes. I mean, I can't, of course, 100% rule it out, but as I said before, we have no evidence of this place actually existing in any physical capacity.
All right.
And yeah, I don't think there's any place where these people are still alive. And as I said, there's not a single person that has ever returned from there. So yeah, make of that what you will.
Okay, well, I'm liking the pink dolphins less.
Yes. Yeah, this is another wild story, which I'm just putting in here as part of the myth, but I don't believe that this stuff really happens. But
oh god, thank you.
They're said to kidnap specifically married men.
Okay, yeah.
And they kind of haul them off to some kind of house that maybe they built or whatever, just a little hut somewhere where they put them, and they visit them once a year on the night that they abducted them.
Okay.
And in the seventh year, so on the seventh visit basically, they allegedly turned these men into a baby and put them into the womb of their own wife.
Oh god.
Yes. So we have never witnessed this actually happening, which granted would be hard to catch, but at the same time doesn't really make sense to me. And
I mean,
it doesn't really fit with the rest of their behavior, because it just puts someone in a hut somewhere and
yeah, I was readying to make a joke about, well, yeah, okay, you were taken away, you were cheating on your wife, but yeah, no, I can't see any kind of connection. I can't.
Yeah, they're basically gone forever. The only explanation would be, you know, a husband going to buy cigarettes or something like that and just
okay,
riding off into the sunset. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, that doesn't really it doesn't really match with the rest. They're kind of, they're party animals. They want to have their fun, and they don't just put someone somewhere and visit them once a year and then
Yeah, pink dolphins just want to have fun. Yeah.
exactly, as we all know. As I said, we haven't been able to verify this at all, but it's a big enough part that I thought I'd at least mention it here.
No, that makes sense. I mean, the main thing that comes to me is I'm just not sure of where that would go in the myth. As in, I don't know how that myth would have come about.
I have no idea, honestly. But maybe it's just
different cultures.
I mean, it's clearly an extension of the the problem of having a child without a father or without being married. But it's very specific. So at the same time, I'm not sure how this part of the story came to be.
No, it sounds like it sounds like one of those things that could only ever happen once. And if it happened a second time, it would be a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah.
And it sounds like someone just went, no, it's this, I promise, it's the Encantado things, I promise, that's what it is. This baby is actually my husband. The one that went missing 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, that could tie into the. Oh, good. Yeah, let's not. How about we leave this one alone? I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Yes, moving on. Yeah, there's really not much more to say about this, really. So I'm just gonna talk to you a little bit about my encounter with them.
Yeah, I'm very curious because
yes.
Essentially, we have pink river dolphin that is a shapeshifter that's told us it has a utopian society somewhere that we're not allowed to see, and appears to like partying and breeds with humans.
Yes, basically.
So I am very curious to know how you have interacted with that.
Yeah. So we have tried to basically, like we do with the Selkies and the mermaids and everything, we try to be diplomatic, but they are not really receptive to that. They're kind of, they always claim to be from this utopia, and frankly, they think they're better than us and don't have to listen to us. So, that's not really going anywhere.
All right.
Like, they will talk to us, but not really in any productive kind of fashion. So what we mostly do is just kind of try to contain or prevent any danger where we can.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, the big event of the year is when Festa Jonina is going on. And I don't know if maybe the methods will change now that we are more in the open with our entire initiative and these creatures existing. But back when we had to hold a lid on everything, basically what we did there was we would just patrol the festival with a bunch of wardens, and basically what we did whenever we saw people with hats flirting with someone, we just kind of sneak by and sneakily pop the hat off just to verify are they human or not. And usually when they get caught, they just book it to the river and they're gone.
All right. I mean, it's effective, yeah.
It is effective for the most part. We would carry like these very bright UV lamps because I don't know if I mentioned this actually. When the night is over, when the sun rises, they turn back into dolphins, and it's not really voluntary. It's a reaction to the sunlight. So when if they're not in the water by then they're screwed.
Yeah.
So that's basically our weapon for this.
Oh, okay, I see.
Weapon in quotation marks.
Yeah, UV light. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's not quite as effective as actual sunlight, but it's close enough to work in an emergency.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
It was one year these festivals were going on, and I probably actually shouldn't say the name.
No.
Someone was leading the operation, and from the get-go, I was not really happy with how they were handling things, and they were trying to save on costs and everything, because
I think I know exactly who that was already, yeah.
Probably. He's not with us anymore, I can say that much.
Yep, know that person, and good riddance.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, basically you need a lot of manpower to patrol an entire festival or several festivals really along the river, and
Yeah.
it's a popular task where we include a lot of the new wardens because you don't really need a lot of experience for that, and we just need a lot of hands. So we have a lot of new people and a handful of more senior wardens who kind of coordinate the entire operation.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, is this the June party thing that goes on every year?
Yeah.
I've never been allowed on that. God damn it.
Well, you don't get to do much partying, but yeah, you can volunteer for it, I guess.
No, I've tried. They won't let me.
They won't let you.
I don't know why.
Maybe they think you'd be too easily seduced.
Okay. I don't think I want to know why they don't let me now.
Who knows? Yeah, anyway, in the past we had worked with a kind of buddy system so that if any single one of us would get kind of hypnotized or whatever, there would someone be there and de-escalate the situation and make sure nothing goes wrong. But yeah, this year the unnamed warden who was leading the operation said that we wouldn't need that, and a bunch of other things that weren't really, in my opinion, safe, but yeah, I don't need to go into the details.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were trying to do our job, and I was kind of the number 2 basically at my own section of the festival that I kind of patrolled and made sure that my people were doing fine and everything, and we were going around popping people's heads off and everything was going mostly fine. And yeah, at some point one of our younger wardens apparently got herself hypnotized, and we didn't notice for a good few minutes because the only way we could notice was when we did our regular radio check-in. She didn't answer. So yeah, I was sent to check out what had happened there, and was really only by sheer luck and timing that I kind of took away that I happened to see her walking towards the river with the dude in a white vest and a very suspicious looking hat. And as I said, by sheer luck I caught them. I ran after them and was wearing white shorts basically. So I shined my lamp at his legs, which partly turned into flippers. It kind of causes a partial transformation really, and he stumbled and fell to the ground, and it didn't last very long, and his legs came back, but then he basically just booked it, and I was able to get our warden safe back to our base of operations. And yeah, but as I said, this was sheer luck, and it was not the only incident that night, and we actually had 2 other wardens get abducted that night, and officially they are MIA, but you know,
yeah, we've already spoken about it. Yeah,
realistically we won't see them again.
Damn.
And yeah, I made a very thorough report of the whole operation after that, and our friend got demoted after that, and shortly after that other stuff came to light, because then the higher ups were shining their torch on him a little bit closer, and yeah, he was not doing great things in a lot of ways, so he was kicked out basically. But you probably know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, a couple of my reports suddenly came to light. I put out a few in my time on their conduct, and annoyingly they were, I don't want to say swept under the rug, but
yeah,
they just didn't seem to get taken seriously.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that says anything about my standing, but but no, that sounds good. I'm happy that you were able to at least save one of the wardens. I mean, it's very, very dangerous to do our job just in general, but let alone in that kind of environment, and won't get it when a warden's not being supported properly. But so how many of these things do you think you actually uncovered on the day?
There was a bunch. Like, I had at least a dozen at some point.
As in you had just at least a dozen?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of them just returned later after running off, so I don't know if I got the same one multiple times, maybe.
Whack-a-mole.
But yeah, there are a lot, and they're just trying to flirt their way through. And if that doesn't work, then they do other things. And yeah, we basically can just do our best to prevent that. And yeah, this was not the best way to go about this.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if we are going to be a little bit more rougher in the future.
Yeah.
With
I mean, I hope so. Honestly, you can only go so far with the whole conservation thing. If there's actual danger, we need to do something about it. And now that we are not quite as secretive anymore, I think we have other options, and we might have to make use of those.
It's entirely possible. But so did you have any direct contact with any of them throughout the entire day, or was it just that you've interacted with them in that way?
It was really just interacting with them in that way. I didn't really want to talk to them because most of the time I was alone as well, and I didn't want to give them any real chance of hypnotizing me either. So I just tried to blend into the crowd and kept popping hats.
I can just imagine you walking around in your party gear.
Yeah, I was looking fabulous.
Blending in with all those South American beauties.
Yeah, looking at all that stuff, it makes you sad that you don't really have time to join the party. But what can you do?
Yeah, such is our job.
Yeah. But speaking of joining parties, do you have any idea of parties or places that people could join to have a good time without being hypnotized and dragged to the abyss?
I don't know about not being hypnotized and dragged to the abyss, but we do have a Discord where you can join in. And
don't meet internet strangers, people.
Don't meet internet strangers. But yes, we have the Discord, which you can find a link to in the description to this episode on whatever podcasting or video podcasting, because we also have YouTube videos now. Whatever you use as your choice, you click the invite and you will end up in our Discord, where you can suggest creatures that you'd like to hear about, discuss creatures with other people, discuss episodes, and just generally hang out. We're trying to build a nice little community of people there who would like to know a little bit more about the world they're not aware of, if we're perfectly honest. And we would love to have you there.
Exactly.
What else could they do?
There are so many things you can do. You can click the 5-star button on this very podcast to begin with, or the like button, idea. Depending on where you are.
That's even better.
Whatever, likes, stars, we take everything. Just wherever you are, click the thing. You know how it works. Follow us to not miss out on future episodes, because we're doing a new one of these every other Tuesday. Give us a rating, share us with your friends. Go listen to older episodes, because we're not Critical Role. You don't need to listen to 800 episodes for 801 to make sense. You can just go back and pick a creature you like and listen to it.
Exactly. All our episodes are evergreen. Although you might find a few little in-jokes here and there, but that marks the dedicated. That marks the special people who absolutely adore us and love us and just want the best for us. Don't you want the best for us?
Don't you? Why do you hate us?
Why do you just hate us?
You, Dave, specifically. Why do you hate us?
Yes, Dave.
What have we done to you?
Yes, why?
We were always there for you, Dave.
We were always there.
Dave!
But anyway, that seems like the perfect time to say our goodbyes. So, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.